You're listening to Oilersnation Radio, presented by the Nation Network. Subscribe for free on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.
But I'd been forgotten, I don't.
Stop laughing at me. Cold open today. We got no intro on this Roadcaster because we are in Studio B for the first time. Dan is also here, despite the fact that he's not on the video.
It's a lie.
Sorry, Dan.
I'm AI. We just AI generated.
We actually had Dan pre-record all his answers for today's show, and now we're just dropping them in at different points.
That's a funny one, Tyler.
Technology.
My favorite part was when we were kind of like testing it the other day of what three people sitting on this couch would look like. It was very funny because it was after real life. And when Jay left, Liam just kind of said, well, that's not going to work.
Turns out me buying and measuring the couch based on my ass was not the play.
Yeah.
This one is bigger than the last one, no?
Significantly.
Really?
So we could
I mean, because we squished three for, I don't remember why, but we did
But
it.
it was like arms around each other.
That buys some
Only
room.
when we had guests.
Oh, yeah.
And we made the guests sit between us.
There's a couple inches down there too with his pillow.
I think we can make it work.
I think so.
Well, let's just go running. We could just make it work that way.
Well, what?
First man in gets the
Go
couch.
running. We'll lose some size in our bum.
Oh,
And we'll
slim down.
the couch.
Well, you're obviously not a nurse then.
Hey now. That wasn't on the air. No listener's gonna know that joke.
Shout out to the nurses out there. And
is
Aaron's
unhinged.
mom.
This is unhinged.
Also, shout out to the teachers. Happy Teachers Day.
Is today Teacher's Day?
It is Teachers Day.
Bring an apple to your favorite teacher.
Yep.
When the hell do we get Sports Podcasters Day? When's it going to be our time?
Well,
Yeah,
one day it'll come around.
it's a great question.
Biding my time. As we do every week, we're going to start off the podcast with a delicious debate for our friends at Oodle Noodle. If you're in Edmonton, swing by any of the Edmonton locations, grab yourself a free Oilers Nation sticker. If you were down in Calgary, keep your eyes open on the Beacon Hill location. It will be opening soon. Just waiting for some stuff from the city, and then they will be good to go down in Calgary.
Question for a non-Calgarian. Is Beacon Hill a beacon or a hill?
A little of both.
Beacon on a hill.
Yeah.
So you're looking for the
It's
beacon?
like a muster point for the entire city.
Is there going to be an Oodle Noodle beacon on it now?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
There you go.
wow.
There you go.
Liam Horrobin, what do you got for a delicious debate today?
Today's delicious debate. What competitions are left at camp?
Last preseason game of the year coming up tonight. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
But there's
Thank
not a lot
God.
of jobs coming up on the Edmonton Oilers. There's maybe a spot here, maybe a spot there. Tyler, what do you got?
I think it's pretty obvious. It's 12 forward, right? It still is. It always has been just the one race. I think some things have gotten more interesting in certain roster positions, but it's down to Pettersson and Lavoie. May the best man win.
Yeah. Gregor really just didn't put Adam Ernie in that group.
No.
I don't know what every day. I think Adam Ernie's gonzo after tonight.
I thought it was interesting too on Oilers Nation every day that Gregor, he's not as high on Lavoie as many of us are.
Oh, you really put a dampener on our moods. But I wasn't high on him.
Don't let him.
Wednesday. And then Wednesday he played really well. I just don't know what.
So he's increasingly getting better.
At the right time too.
Somewhat. I don't know. It's so strange of him.
He's scoring goals. He's starting to get comfortable playing against NHLers, playing all NHLers
Well, I think
with NHLers. I think you got to give him a chance to kind of figure it out a little bit, you know?
I'm completely distracted.
I know. I don't know
by
what's
whatever
going on
Tyler's
here.
doing right now. He's looking around.
He's got a
all over the
nervous
place,
tick or something
walking
like that.
around me. He's got some kind of Tourette's. Yeah, I do have a ball of yarn underneath the desk, so he's very excited about it. So he's pawing away.
Yeah,
rubbing
unplug
cables,
something.
moving cables around. Is your mic not?
For me at the moment.
This is some good audio.
Is your mic not connected to anything?
No.
Your mic?
Yours.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So all of this,
An entire.
do we have to do this again?
No.
All right.
Oh, we're still good?
We're just workshopping live on the podcast.
That's a good one, Tyler. Ha, ha, ha.
I'd rather just keep it going. No
Can we
problem.
not? Yeah, but can we not do?
So it's just debate. We're talking about nothing right now.
Can you not fit both those guys in the top 12? Lavoie and Peterson? Like, I'm trying to find today's.
Well, like, I'll follow you down the rabbit hole. Who comes out then? And you're.
Well, I was trying to figure that out right now. Like,
Tony Barr's got the lineups for tonight's game.
that's what. Oh, yeah. Anyways, because we're going. Can we not get 12, 7, and 2? Or is
I
that
don't
too
know if they have the
expensive?
cap space to do 12, 7, and 2. I'm not smart enough to know.
Liam, what do you think?
Can you hear him?
What's the point?
Can't hear what Liam has to say.
I have a lot to add to this conversation. I'm going to talk at an extremely high level for anybody to hear me. So Dan, can you take? Remember what I told you before the show? AI,
Say it.
Yes. Yes, I do, Liam. My actual answer would be that the goaltenders are the one position on the roster that is still a highly debatable position. Who do we think is starting on day one? I don't think that's a set in stone question.
No, but does it really matter though? Because I think we all decided. I think we all did the last show. We all said, regardless of who's playing one, it's the other guy playing two.
Yeah, but I don't think that anybody could say with confidence right now that who's our number one goaltender. So to me, it's a good debate that's coming out of camp. But Jack has reestablished himself in the conversation.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, he's always been in the conversation, but it's only preseason though. It's only preseason. We kind of got excited about that. I just want to see what happens come next Wednesday.
Not to derail, yeah. Now that we got microphones connected.
For the fourth line, though, Liam, thoughts?
Am I back?
Talk again.
Mic test.
So you're there.
You're good.
All right.
You should have tapped the mic.
I did, but the problem was we all tapped our mics at the exact same time.
Someone's got to say we can't do that.
So where are we up to?
Your
Talking
delicious
about the forwards
debate.
again. I distracted us with the goalie conversation for 3 seconds.
So forwards, the competition is in the forwards. I can't remember where we're up to.
Lavoie, Peterson.
Lavoie is on the team, I think.
So then Peterson.
Okay, so the way you look at the lineups today, the way we ran through it on ON every day, Peterson is the third line center, which to me is essentially a placeholder for Ryan McLeod.
Correct.
And then Adam Earn is on the fourth line, left wing, which is probably a placeholder for Dylan Holloway. Right? So then
Probably.
So
that's how I think they'll start.
So you're going
opening night.
Lavoie in the top 12. Peterson's probably going down to Bakersfield to start.
Yes, because another thing too with Peterson is he has a 2-year contract. So it feels unlikely if he went through waivers that somebody would pick up his contract because it's 2 years. Well, Lavoie's 1 year and 22 years old, whatever it is. I feel like you're playing with fire a little bit. I know waivers is kind of weird, like who really knows, but you're playing with fire a little bit, sending on Lavoie when you can just send down Peterson.
That's fair.
And you're probably not even sending him down. You're probably just having him sat in the stands, right?
Yeah, I mean, you still have to. He literally doesn't have to. He doesn't have to literally cross the border, but you got to send him down.
Yeah.
Paper transactions.
Paper transactions.
But he probably would have to. Well, he would not have to go down, but he would go down because I don't see him getting in the lineup anytime soon. You're not going to activate him any point, so you might as well go down and play.
But here's a layer that Gregor threw our way today, actually, that we did not consider. If Ekholm isn't healthy and Brett Kulak isn't healthy, then they would have to send down both Lavoie and Peterson, right? Or at least two forwards.
Keep
Gleason up so they could afford him to play 6 defensemen. Otherwise, they might
You'd have to play 11 and 6.
Yes, 11 and 6. Sorry, yes.
Not ideal. No.
But could you not? Yeah, but you could. That way, you could start doing that. But then on day one of the schedule or whatever, you can put one of them on. I guess you'd have to LTIR.
You would LTIR them,
not just IR.
Although there's that weird thing like last year where they were able to make it an emergency call up, right?
Yeah, which you might be able to do.
Which they might be able to do as well, depending.
Tyler, how many jobs are available?
It's just the one. Like, I mean, listen, there are the NHL jobs and then there are like slots in the organizational depth chart that are up for grabs. Like, I think about coming into this training camp. If you were like, okay, the Oilers are going to have a couple of blue line injuries, who's the first call up? Everyone would have said Marcus Niemelainen. Now no one's saying Marcus Niemelainen. They're saying it's Ben Gleason. Mm-hmm. People might have said Cam Denis, Noel Hoffenmeyer, a lot of guys before they said Ben Gleason. So I think, he's won a, in air quotes, job or spot with his play in the preseason. It's just not enough to get him on the big club. I think Lane Peterson is almost in the same boat if he isn't the 12th forward, where like he's going down. He's the next call up though. Like if Drake Caggiula would have had an unreal preseason, maybe he was the guy who'd be like, oh yeah, if we get an injury on the wings, we're calling up Drake Caggiula. That's not happening now. Like it's very clearly going to be Lane Peterson as the 13th forward. He's just going to have to do it in Bakersfield or start in Bakersfield.
Because we cannot afford 12, 7, and 2, correct?
No.
Right.
Well, no, we can afford 12, 7, and 2. We can't afford 13, 7, and 2. Can't have an extra forward and an extra.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. That's incredible.
Thanks, Bouchard. Jay's not here to say it, so I'll say it.
If every player on the team would have just taken $100K less,
we could have signed another player.
If they put Connor McDavid on waivers and send him to Bakersfield, you could have all the players you want on the roster.
He would not get claimed.
Probably not.
This is where I wish the NHL had something like the NFL, where like at the start of the year, you'll just hear like 20 stories about like, oh yeah, this guy restructured his deal. And now they just opened up $8 more million in cap space, and it's like hell
But
yeah.
no one ever tells you what they did to restructure it. They just say it was like got restructured. Now he's $8 million off. You're like, well, how? They're not a
no one
question.
even tries to explain it. They're just like, he restructured. Trust me. Source, trust me, bro.
All right, gotcha.
Or give me a franchise tag.
Yeah, like
They're still on
something
the
like that.
franchise tag is still on the.
They still do that.
Yeah, but it still counts for your salary cap.
Yeah,
It's just an
like,
arbitrary number that you don't have to like
But you're
argue
talking
over.
about our hypothetical idea we've had throughout the summer of like, let one player not count against the cap, or let
And
it.
even you took it a step further where you said maybe even has to rotate.
Yeah.
Can't be the same guy year after year after year.
Would you still do that knowing full well that the cap is about to skyrocket in the next 3 years?
It would be nice to give wealthy teams a bit more of an upper hand.
You mean teams with like, I don't know, say like a billionaire owner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were doing Oilers Nation Radio on this date in 2002, we would probably be very against the idea.
Yeah,
but the Oilers
completely.
are in a different spot now.
Dude, that was the 1990s.
Yeah, sorry.
That was
the whole
I would
decade.
just watch all of my favorite players leave over money.
Yeah.
All of them. Literally all of them.
All I want is an extra $12,000, and the EIG's like,
No.
we're fucked. I'm sorry.
The first time, I'll never forget it. The first time a player I loved had to leave because they just didn't have money was Doug Waite.
Yeah,
And I just devastated.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Younger bag of milk.
Did we ever talk about how Doug Waite is going into the Ring of Honor?
With Charlie
We did
Huddy.
a couple weeks ago.
Did we?
Yep.
Must have missed that episode.
I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't know if it's on our
Yeah,
show.
who was the other one that went in?
Charlie Huddy.
Charlie.
You're
Ruddy.
upset about it?
Another worthy pick.
No, I mean, whatever.
Two different
I
eras,
think-
though.
I think it's good that they're finally doing this thing.
Yeah.
I went to the game on Wednesday and I was looking around to see like how much room they had.
Did you admire the Garth Brooks banner?
No, I didn't look up high enough to see it.
It's right beside the Stanley Cup banners. How do you not see it?
No, they pushed it to the side a little bit, didn't
Yeah, it's
they?
more on the side.
Well, yeah, I mean, those ones are right here, but it's right. It's in your peripherals.
Well, it wasn't enough time to me looking up to the sky when the Oilers were banging home goals all night against the Calgary Lames. So
Tough being a scout. His eyes are always on the ice.
Yeah, I
Always
can't
on the
take them
prowl.
off.
He's evaluating players at all times.
If you're listening to this right now, I want to know what jobs you still think are available for the Oilers. Maybe you say none. Hit us up, ON Radio Podcast, Twitter, and Instagram. I want to hear from you. I also want you to head on over to nationgear.ca and scoop up some tickets for the season opener party that's coming up next Wednesday. Oh, that's October 11th at Greta. We're going to have some swag bags. We're going to have games. We're going to have food and drink deals. We're going to have pre-game show. We're going to have post-game show being recorded live at Greta. We're also going to be having, remember this, 15 pairs of tickets to a thing that's outside to give away.
I'm intrigued.
What that event might be that's outside, you'll have to use your imagination.
Oilers Nation's ODR staff party.
Yep.
We should get people to pay us to watch. Pay to
15
watch us
pairs
play
of
hockey.
tickets, no less.
I dig it.
They'd be admired by they'd admire my skills.
Somebody has to play goalie for us.
Well,
One of
we
the
haven't had it.
15?
We lost all our goalies on the roster.
You find me the gear, I'll do it. I
I would
love
to.
playing
I
in
would
that.
love to play in that too. But anyway, back to the season launch party. We're going to have 15 pairs of tickets to give away to some big thing that's happening maybe at the end of October. Might be
Also-
where the football team plays, but I have no idea.
$2 hot dogs at the party.
You could be a glizzy gobbler.
throw sliders for everyone.
Did you mean the outdoor party?
No, he's talking
No,
about
at the season opening
Greta.
party.
Oh, I thought you meant the outdoor party. I was like, oh boy.
No.
I'll be getting there early.
Yeah, if they had $2 hot dogs at that,
Be good.
I'm going to be more hot dog than man by the time I leave.
9 at the Blue Jays game that I went to this year. $1 dog day. 9
You
for
had
you.
nine.
I
You
did.
had 9 hot dogs.
I did.
Dog an inning.
Awesome.
I did. Yeah. It
Good
was
for you.
8 through the first like 6 innings.
Wow, and then you slow down, hit a wall.
Yeah.
Do they
Hit
bring
the old
them?
dog wall.
Yes.
What,
Do they
what
bring 'em
size
to you?
dog are we talking?
The dollar dogs are really small.
Just
They're-
your regular
they're
like
tiny
12
ones.
pack
Because
or
when we were
whatever.
there that August, I guess last August, they had $1 dog days.
Yeah.
But the line was so long, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
And they're maybe like 5 inches.
The mistake I
Good
made.
size.
I got
5 inches?
I got hot dog early on, and the first one I had was absolutely raw. Absolutely raw. So
Oh,
it
it's
was
more
tough
like a
start, too.
rolled up bologna.
Yes. Yes.
So wait, do they bring them to you though?
No. They
So you had to get up all those times.
You battled the line.
Or did you
went
grab like 6 at
I did
once?
3 trips. Yeah, 3 trips.
3 trips. Yeah.
3 trips, 9 dogs. That's
How much of the
3
game
dogs
do you
per
miss
trip.
during that?
You Remchuk math? Correct.
How much of the game do you miss?
Not very much because I did it. I planned it
You blind
Out
it?
my time.
I dig it.
Why do you care so much?
In case I go, I need to know this information.
It is fair. Those are fair questions.
Like, how fast are we moving here?
Head on over to nationgear.ca, grab your tickets to the party. We are raising some money for Kid Sports. Come hang out with Tyler. Challenge him to a game of Mario Kart.
I'm going to be dressed like Barbie.
Can we go over that?
Sure.
I think it's like the like, you know what Tyson Berry and his significant other, when they went dressed as Ken and Barbie?
It's the workout Barbie.
It's the
and Ken
workout one.
spandex.
So I think the spandex won't be too big of an issue.
Like the wrestling gear.
Tyson Berry
gear.
Bobby. Let me Google
Barbie?
this.
Who's playing Barbie?
Tyler, Jay and Chalmers have already voted Tyler as Barbie.
Nice. Congratulations.
Okay.
Or maybe both Barbie.
It's a big role.
You might both be Barbie.
We should have really put some criteria on this, Tyler.
I think we'll be okay, buddy.
I think you're going to look great.
Okay, that'll be fine. I mean, I'll wear that. As long as I'm
Probably has
Ken.
one at home right now.
I think this is going to be kicking off a spandex era for you.
It'll be very fast.
I don't know if it will kick off the
Aerodynamic.
spandex era
Nobody's
for
gonna catch you.
Liam.
Think
No
of
one
how
will
much
catch me.
respect will be earned while you're scouting the Sherwood Park Crusaders in your new spandex era. They'll be like, man, that guy is fast.
That is
He must know
true.
his shit.
That would be big for me.
Think of how much muting he's going to have to do on Thursday.
I might fast.
No, the muting.
You just fast
what?
between.
How many people are you going to be muting on Thursday as they start commenting on your photo?
I might already start right now, to be honest.
Watch for Liam to delete his X account, but maintain his 3 Instagram accounts.
It's just a tough task, by the way.
Hey, man, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You guys brought up the salary cap a little bit earlier, so I want to touch on it. Next, Gary Bettman is saying expected next year, at least as of right now, to be about $88 million. A little bit of a bump going in. So
What is it right now? 84?
84 or 83.5.
83.5.
83.5. So we're looking at about a $4 to $5 million jump.
Yep.
So for the Oilers, if it does go up to 87.5, we'll use the lower end of this. That would give them $12.3 million in cap space, but you got to subtract the
1.9 for Neil.
$3.25 million bonus for Connor Brown.
And 1.9 for Neil.
For who?
Neil.
No,
still
that's
paying
included
off-
in there. That's included in there.
What do you mean?
Like they have,
Oh, I see what.
yeah. The $12.3 million
Yeah.
is how much they'll have in cap space.
Yeah.
Subtract
With Neil.
with Neil.
Oh, okay.
That was confusing. Minus the 3.25 for Connor Brown. So you're going to have about $9 million in cap space. And notable players the Oilers would have to sign are Vincent Desharnais, Connor Brown, Raphael Lavoie, Dylan Holloway, Matthias Janmark, and Warren Fogle.
They're in a good spot.
$9 million is enough to, like, if you wanted to give, because again, basically your whole blue line is signed. So if you wanted to give Desharnais like 1.25, give Connor Brown $4 million again because you love him and want him back. Give Lavoie maybe 1.5, Holloway 1.5 to 2. Like, it depends on how the season goes, obviously, but like they can make it work.
They're in good shape.
Yep. And then if you can maybe trade off a piece like Cody Ceci, all of a sudden you're kind of like, we're in a nice little spot.
I actually think Cody Ceci is going to get traded at the deadline this year.
Me too.
I think
Funny
it
how
makes
he plays.
sense.
I think it's going to be Ceci, Broberg for something.
I think it makes sense to move on from CC because it's likely that you would bring in another defenseman.
Well, that's
move,
really, yeah.
Then move on from like a Warren Fogle for like cap purposes.
No, I think you'll use Warren Fogle as like one of those deadline pickups, kind of like you play him out to the end of his contract and say, see you later.
Yeah,
Thank you very
exactly.
much after that.
Unless he can be like
CC,
a
it'll
throw-in on
depend. It'll depend. Like last year, CC, I can see making the trade. The previous year, I don't know if you do.
I can see Fogle. I mean, again, depending on how the season goes, being a throw in on a deal, because the team receiving will be like, all right, expiring contract, most of it's already paid out.
Yeah, again, that would be a top 6 forward. That would kind of like shuffle at least one guy down into his spot.
If they're adding a forward, it's Fogle going out the other way. I actually think CC, almost in a similar spot to Tyson Berry, would have some value because if you trade him to a team, one, even if it's a rebuilding team, they always need NHL defensemen, right?
Yeah.
That's always the one thing these teams like to kind of keep stockpiled. That's a good way to make sure you never get like fully embarrassed is by having like good vets on your blue line. And then that team's probably sitting there going, okay, so we're giving you defenseman A. The Oilers are giving us a first round pick in Cody Ceci. Guess what? Next deadline, we're keeping Ceci at 50%, 1.6. He's getting us a third rounder probably. And it's a good way to kind of sell them another asset in a weird way.
I'm just excited we're going into this year not on LTIR because that opens the door for us.
Yeah, you can accrue cap space.
Makes life easier.
Yeah.
How about what else Frank said?
What else did he say?
Expansion.
Yeah, good. Let's go. First of all, yeah, everything drives up the cap. I'm only interested in increasing the cap right now. Also, get that team out of Arizona because they're definitely not bringing
Frank
in their.
brought up the idea
they're half of the money.
of you move Arizona like next offseason
To wherever,
to wherever, and then you just expand back to Arizona in 4 years and give them a fresh start.
with a new arena.
Yeah, there's still you still be playing in that ASC or whatever.
They would have had to have built something.
They would have to. Yeah.
They just had to pick a location.
I would suggest downtown Phoenix, where it used to be and it actually worked.
I would also suggest that, but I think there are hurdles.
Well, screw them.
Okay.
Jump them.
It brings up an interesting question though when Frank talks about expansion, saying like he thinks in 5 years it could legitimately happen.
Yeah.
Give me your two. Everyone, give your 2 spots if the NHL is going to 34. I would like this podcast to be anti-Atlanta. They've had 2 chances, they blew them both.
Yeah, why? I agree there, but why do you throw back to Arizona?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Oh,
Frank
okay.
did.
2
Fort
spots.
McMurray,
Yeah,
Grand Cash.
Grand Cash.
way too close to each other.
I would go
Yeah.
Valley View and White
Rivalry.
Court. Home of the bathrooms.
Where?
Valley View and White Court. Dan, any thoughts?
My pick for
Halifax twice.
expansion would be
Two
Halifax
teams.
and Halifax. No, honestly, I think I would go like I've liked the talk of San Francisco and like trying to plug another team into California. Love that
Too
idea.
close to San Jose though.
And
isn't it?
then yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Stick him in the A's stadium that is currently
But
crumbling.
I like that's it. Where everybody else is leaving, you go in and you try to establish a new fandom there. And then yeah, I've always thought Kansas City would be a good spot for a team. So Kansas City and San Francisco.
Kansas City is a cool sleeper because they're like a really good sports town. Like the Royals do well when they're winning. The Chiefs are always bumping. Like that's a crazy
well, that's
atmosphere.
because it's Taylor Swift County.
I will go. I think, assuming Arizona stays, I'll go Houston. Would it be crazy to do like Houston and Austin? I know it's the same
Too close.
state.
Can't do
Yes.
three. Can't have 3 teams in Texas.
Says who?
Says me.
Okay, then I will go a second team in Toronto.
Over Quebec City?
I'm going Quebec City and Houston.
No,
I'd
I'm
love
going
to see
team.
Quebec City too. As for the other one, Houston makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a huge market.
I just think if the idea, I know it's not the idea to move Arizona and expand them.
It
but
is amazing
if
that
is
they're
it, that'll
still
be
there.
It is.
I feel like
incredible.
we've been talking about the Coyotes moving for 15 years now.
At
the
least.
They've been talking about
yeah the
They're
gap
ones that do it.
that what Frank suggested, because the Minnesota is the team that did it, right? They left Minnesota in '93, and then they officially got the team back in '97, and then they played in 2000. So the gap kind of makes sense.
Baltimore did that too.
They got one on. Got
They
it
lost
back.
their team in the middle of the night. Cold. and then like 10
They went to
years
Cleveland.
later, were given
Oh, the
another
Ravens.
franchise.
But I'm always like, did Frank say why Atlanta keeps coming up? Like this would be
They're building an arena right
It's the
now.
population.
Or they're about to, or they got zoned for it. They got there's something along those lines where they're approved for a certain building.
And I think it's partially for the NBA team. But
Yeah,
it's like the
probably.
hockey team could play out of there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a minute since we've had Atlanta franchises, but wasn't it ownership a lot of the time? Like both times they pointed to ownership as saying like a hurdle that was holding back the franchise.
Yeah, like
No
the
idea.
big problem was always ownership and like, you know, the fan base isn't that bad, blah, blah, blah. But Frank brought up a point of like, Atlanta's not actually that good of a sports town. Like it's a big city, but they don't exactly go nuts for their sports teams. So
Are you in the Braves?
Frank was
Let's have a
saying
look.
last year the Braves playoff tickets weren't selling and they weren't selling out playoff games and all of that.
What if 3-6 Mafia owns the team?
Now you're talking.
Then
Coca-Cola. Just get them to buy the team.
we'll see. 2 Chainz is from Atlanta.
We got a rapper conglomerate owning the new NHL team,
Like Snoop Dogg and the Sens.
and Macklemore and the Kraken.
Yeah.
Maybe Frank was wrong. The Atlanta
Whoa.
Braves averaged 39,000 fans a game, which is 5th in the MLB.
Okay, maybe Frank's wrong.
What size is their building though?
Outside of the city
Pardon?
too.
What size is their
one of the
building?
ones that's like way outside, or am I missing?
Are we talking
I don't know what it is.
90% full? Are we talking 100%? If their building is 70,000 seats,
it's just,
then
like
that's
for the
not good.
Thrashers, it wasn't like nobody looked at that franchise and was like, "Oh, the city just doesn't give a shit." it was the team was crap on the ice.
Or it's almost like an Oakland A's effect where like the owner is so bad that like the fans eventually are just like, oh, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like the NHL seems to have this belief that if they had an owner who cared and was invested in the community, that Atlanta could work. And if Atlanta worked, it'd be great. I think you could just take a new shot and go to Houston. And if you want to do something old and nostalgic, Quebec City, give Canada another team. Like that makes sense too. The TV money that would come from
Canada
Houston
makes
is
all the sense in the world. You'd put in no work.
Yeah,
What work is for us to go to
plug and
the
play.
games?
Go.
Yeah, but I
They're
think
there.
it's more
Okay,
funny
good. That's X amount of dollars already. Like, don't even worry about it.
I think it's more funny for Bettman to give us nothing.
Well, yeah. And this is also a league that's just like, you know what? The Heritage Classic, even without an alumni game, should go on Sunday against the NFL, even though Saturday is wide open.
Hey,
Well, yeah.
They're not broadcasting it down south. Who cares, man? Grow the game, baby.
They're getting it on some extra channel down in the south. I saw
yeah.
Max or something.
Oh, the Ocho.
Yeah, something like that.
I love it.
Well, it is like it would be scheduled for the middle of the afternoon games to the beginning of the night game ish.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, if you're in the States, it's
I
gonna be on
I
podcast
get the NFL being, you know, I don't know if you really try and avoid it though. Just do your thing.
I just think they had the open.
They always do though, don't
Like,
they?
if you had it as the like, and I get it's an outdoor game, so maybe
Shoot, they do it on the first sometimes. There's college bowl games there. They're not hiding from anybody at that point.
I know, which you could argue is kind of dumb.
I think that like
I don't know. At one point, you can't keep hiding from everybody the whole time, or hiding from the one. Like you might as well just fucking go at it.
It's like up here we're gonna watch it,
Yeah.
but like trying to get into markets where they don't necessarily care as much.
Well, it'll be on ESPN because I don't. Does ESPN have football rights?
No.
I can't think
They
so.
have
And I don't
college
think
football.
TNT does either, right? So
But
that their
it's-
channels, it is.
We shall see. We shall see. I'm excited to go. It is just over 3 weeks away.
That's crazy.
Just over 3 weeks away. I want to get back to the Oilers here quickly. Are you guys starting to get concerned? Because I personally am. Matthias Ekholm just skated for the first time today. Said, I don't know for sure about playing the season opener on Wednesday. Again, he's not going to say anything for sure. I get that. McLeod starting to skate a little bit. Any concern here? And then Kulak, the injury there.
Nope.
Yes. Just because like our cap situation's so bad still that like if both those guys are hurt and can't be LTIR'd, you're sitting there like, damn. Also with Ekholm, it's concerning because one, he's 32 and sorry,
what did we
33.
say?
What's that got to mean?
What did we say?
What are you trying to say?
He's so old, he's practically dead.
in professional athlete terms,
He's
it's
a geriatric fuck.
a 33-year-old defenseman who has a lot of miles on his body.
Keep in mind, there's 3 people in this room older than this.
The fact that it started with a minor little thing, like you said
it's
this
a
on
hip
one every
flexor,
day,
yeah.
right? Just a hip flexor. Like he'll be good by like halfway through the preseason. Okay, he might play like the last preseason game or two. We're pretty confident. Okay, he's not playing any preseason games, but he's ready for opening day. And then he comes out and is like, I don't know if I'm ready for opening day. It's like, okay, this keeps not getting better, and I worry it's going to be a lingering issue all year.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, worried in the grand scheme of the season, no. But like, you also don't want to put yourself in a hole in October.
No, I think the first 4 or 5 games. So let's just say it turned out to be 4 or 5 games, but I think we'd be just fine.
Liam, are you worried?
I don't see it dragging out much longer after that because I think he could play right now if he really had to.
No.
I mean, if it was a playoff game, you know he's playing.
They said that. They said if it was playoffs, McLeod and Ekholm would both be playing.
I mean, McLeod's practicing. He was out there all day yesterday. He's out there all day today.
Liam, Dan, concerned about the injuries currently as we lead up to the final preseason game?
No, I'm more concerned about Brett Kulak's injury, whatever that is.
That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that came out
I
of
actually
nowhere.
didn't really realize until Gregor said it today. So that is on my mind. Not Ekholm, though. I mean, if they miss a couple of games, it kind of is what it is. No, not concerned. I'm more concerned about what they're going to do with the cap space, I guess you could say.
What did you just do just now?
Just turn it.
Tyler got up and turned the camera on and off?
Yep.
Okay. Dan, are you worried about these injuries?
No, I like just from the standpoint of I'm glad that they're resting him and that they're just, taking their time with it. I understand the sentiment of it keeps going and it keeps dragging on, but like
Rest
I
is
don't know,
rest.
like they have to give updates and we die for updates and we love that. And sometimes they aren't what you
I wonder
want.
how
Yeah,
much
sometimes
of it
there is no update though, and too much information's too much information is almost a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't need to know everything. Like, is it getting worse? No. Getting better? Whatever.
For a
It's
guy
early
like
days.
Ekholm, I'm not as concerned because I mean, like he's on
He's a
the
veteran.
team.
He's
He's
been
on the
around.
team. Who cares about the preseason? But like, it would have been nice to get some at bats in.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm like a 4 out of 10 on the concern scale. Like I'm not even over 50% concern, but it's like a
Starters in the NFL don't even play preseason anymore,
yeah.
right?
But again, this is different because he's hurt. He's not playing by choice. He's not playing because he's hurt.
Yeah, but he's not super hurt. He
You
could
don't know
play.
that.
We think.
He could play.
That's the only thing is
He
you
could
haven't
play.
seen him skate yet, so you can't say for sure.
Yeah,
what
we
you
saw him
feel
skate yesterday
And today.
and today.
in a game situation. I'm talking like
Well,
game 17s. I don't know. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
We're good.
I'm not too bothered.
This is our
about it.
Stanley Cup year. I'm going in. My feet are up. I got a drink in my hand the whole time. I'm going to enjoy this one.
If they don't play him opening night, but then they say, yeah, he'll play the home opener, then it is what it is. Maybe he just needs one more week.
A couple more days. That's what happens.
You're worried about shit.
Question:
Oh.
What's the difference between that and any other season?
Well, there's some other seasons where, you might be doing that, but you're gripping the bottle a little tighter. And
I don't know, Rick. I feel like you're pretty confident. I think we should get you in the tattoo game. Should we get a banner already put on you just to?
well, I won't do that. I would not do the pre-tattoo, but you give me
Those
that
are
cup
so
and
gnarly to me.
2023,
you give me the Stanley Cup and we'll go get something done.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll say it right now. If the Oilers win a Stanley Cup, I'll get some kind of tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm itching for one anyway.
Yeah.
Respect.
Liam,
No problem.
Lions Super Bowl champs tattoo?
Yeah, why not?
No, there you go.
How
Lions.
confident
Oilers.
you are they're not going to do it.
Yeah. I know my boys. We probably won't win a playoff game.
The thing I want to ask you guys about next is he's starting tonight, the last preseason game of the year. Jack Campbell, so far, really good in the preseason. What we'd want our starter to look like, or 1A, 1B, whatever you want to say right now. Is Jack back? Or we got to wait because it's preseason and you don't know because it's preseason?
He's not back, but he's trending towards being back.
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment. I don't think anybody wants to say comfortably yet that Jack Campbell is fixed.
Because you
that
can't
we
see.
won't
Because
see anything.
once he does it in the regular season, which he will, most likely Wednesday, if not that Saturday. But then you'll see the guy that we envisioned when we brought him here last year.
Yeah, I think he's back to an extent. I don't think he's regressed after such a terrible season, but I want to see it first. I'm really happy with what he's done, and I think if we're basing it just off preseason, who should start the season opening, it should be Jack Campbell.
Do you expect to see the Jack Campbell you've seen so far in the preseason? So no more fence sitting. Do you expect
Yeah,
to see
sure.
that?
Why not? No, I don't expect to see a 970 Jack Campbell, but I expect to see like 905, 910 Jack
His
Campbell
career
at the
average is
minimum.
910. That's what I'm expecting.
Sure, I'll go with that too. He can't be worse. It would be It would be harder for him to be worse than to be better. It would be.
That's a great point.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Think about what Liam just said there.
That's
Don't mark that.
We need
Take a minute to
graphic.
soak that in.
We need a graphic made out of that, I think.
It would be harder for him to be worse than it is for it to
Just
be
like
better.
have it like a
Maybe that's what my tattoo will be.
There you go.
There you go.
And put it on my thigh.
Ooh,
sexy.
nice. Really
I thought you were
nice.
gonna go lower back, but
I got
Win
other
some, you
plans
lose.
for the lower back.
Ooh.
got it.
What do you mean, ew?
I mean, ew.
Looking ahead at tonight's game against the Kraken, the Oilers are, a lot of their regulars are in the lineup. No surprise there. Last preseason game, a couple of twirls left for the boys. Top six, everybody's thoughts real quick. Kane, McDavid, Brown, that's line one. Nuge, Draisaitl, Hyman, that's line two. I love it. Love it.
Did Malone go down?
No.
So he's just here, just not going to play?
I'm surprised they're playing the big guns tonight. It just
Well,
feels
I'm
like,
curious how much they play.
yeah, I just feel like there's not much of a reason to even do it. Like they were toying with the Calgary Flames.
They were laughing, making jokes on the ice about missing a wide open net. I literally laughed in Hyman's face about it.
And I get that, it'd be a week between games or whatever, but I just feel like it's an unnecessary risk. But you're right, BM. Maybe they only play like 12 minutes each night. And
But
it's
then
just,
why do you play them? Why do you bother?
I know, that's kind of what I
There's
come
going to be 10, 15 games this year anyways where they play 14 minutes.
To me, I'm going to say like tonight's game, I would not at all be surprised. A couple of twirls at 5-on-5, but they're just there to play the power play.
Yeah, I could just see a Mark Stone incident happening where we get annoyed at some stupid, borderline hit.
Some dumb trying to take.
Glass is half full. They're scoring 3 each. They're both going to share the first overall star tonight.
Looking at the Kraken, they've got on their side, so they've got McCann, Beniers, Eberle, Schwartz, Wenberg, Burakovsky, Tolvanen, Gord, Bjorkstrand, Cartier, Belmar, and Tanev playing Evans, Larson, Dumoulin, Schultz, Alexiak, Borgen.
So are they
here?
Ty Cartier?
Kartye. Kartye.
I
really don't know.
So
are they saving the return match for a regular season game then?
I think so.
Nice.
where does Yamamoto fit in that lineup then?
Yamamo's there. He came to Edmonton.
Yeah, but he's not
he's
playing.
here.
But he's not playing.
Fourth line right
They weren't
wing,
ready
probably.
they weren't ready for the tribute video yet.
But isn't that
sorry,
playing
guys.
Tanev? Isn't you playing fourth line right wing?
Tanev's on fourth line right wing.
Interesting. You might be there.
Extra skater?
Yeah.
He might be.
Well, because they had at their rushes this morning, they had Belmar Wright sharing the duties at center on that fourth line.
Are you thinking that profile picture is what's keeping him in the league right now?
Yamamoto's?
Tanev. Or you think Tanev's the fifth? Or sorry, Yamamoto's the fifth forward.
Yeah,
I think Yamo's the fifth forward.
Got it. Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, he's getting paid like $1 million. It kind of makes sense.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He was the Oilers killer the other night. Not really.
That is true. When we beat them in the shootout.
Yeah.
And 4-1 in the game.
Love the bonus shootouts. That's
It
what
is
everybody-
hilarious that they're like, we need to work on this.
Do you
Like,
remember that they did that the year that the shootout came out as a rule? They were doing that just to showcase it for the preseason.
There should be rules in the preseason. 1, no shootouts. We don't care. Send everybody home with a tie. 2, challenges will have you put in prison. 3, run the clock.
So I'd say if you're going to run shootouts, the only time to use it is the preseason.
I'm fine with that too.
3
I mean, I've said
periods.
it a million
3 periods. It's for the fans. Go out and just do the 3-on-3, then play till the end of you guys. And I just hope you get down to like your backup goalies going in there. Or something
I've said it a million
Have
times.
a little fun.
Extend the 3-on-3. Let deeper people in the lineup out there create some chaos.
Yeah.
It's way more fun for the fans.
100% the way to go.
For our friends at Century Mile Racetrack and Casino, it is time for some Ask the Idiots questions. If you haven't been out to Century Mile, we went out, we had a nation event. I had a blast. I had a great time at Century Mile betting on the ponies. Yelling at the horses is so much fun. When they're coming down the stretch and you've got a guy in the mix, you got a pony in the mix, fuck is it a
Glad you
good time.
clarified that because I thought you were talking about like in the paddock before the race. You were just
Or just as I'm driving by horses in fields, I yell at them.
just psyching them up in the paddock.
Head on over to Century Mile. They've got races going up right until New Year's Eve. I encourage you to go have a blast, bet on the ponies, get yourself a buffet.
Oh, I wish I could have got the buffet that night.
The buffet looked excellent.
It did look good.
Looked really, really good. So Ask the Idiots, boys. I've got 4 questions. Let's rip through them a little bit. Dan, I'm going to start with you because you're sitting right across from me. Assuming
Allegedly.
Raphael Lavoie makes the team, what would you consider a successful season?
For the Oilers or for him?
him
For him,
specifically.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. A successful season for him, I would say, would be being in the lineup more often than not. Finishing the season with more than 41 games played, I think would be a huge thing for that guy. This is a guy that 2 years ago we were talking about not having the work ethic to make the NHL, and now he's in the lineup. So yeah, I would think he would be happy with anything past half of the games played.
Liam, assuming Lavoie's there, what's a successful season?
Yeah, I think that's a good one, Dan, just to be a consistent player in the lineup. I'll say if he can score 10 goals, but even if he gets like 8 or 9, that's probably pretty good too.
Rick?
Yeah, I think I like the answer of, getting in a certain amount of ice time, but going outside of that, maybe looking at his own personal numbers, north of 20 points, I think.
Tyler, what's a successful season for Raphael?
Double-digit goals. Like 12 would be like a
Because
nice
to be
number.
fair, he is here to score goals, right? So I mean, if that's what we want you to do, you have an opportunity.
He said that too. He's like, I am a shooter.
Yeah, and like
He
maybe
is.
even 12 goals is too low because he is supposed to be a goal scorer. But if he plays like 70 games and scores 12 goals, that's a good year, I think. So
Starting from a bottom 6 forward, like
yeah, that's
unless
solid.
he moves his way up. I'm going to say anything north of 20 points, I'd be thrilled
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
because I think it'll be a little bit Cy Youngish that the bulk of those points would be goals.
Yeah, like 13 and 7 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Question number 2, reversing the order. Tyler, you're up next. Which Oiler has the most pressure to rebound in 2023-24?
I'm going to say Darnell Nurse.
That was also my answer.
Yeah, I just think, the fan base really got on him last year. It wasn't entirely deserved. He did have some really tough moments, but I think, the context of what he's asked to do as a defenseman is often forgotten by the fan base too, or by his detractors. So I'll say it's Darnell Nurse, and I would just love to see him come and look like the 20, whatever year the Canadian division was. I'd love to see him look like that Darnell Nurse this year and really prove everyone wrong.
For me, I was going to say the same thing with Darnell Nurse, just like, we know what kind of player he's there. He's a really good defenseman. He's gonna make some errors, but like if he can calm down a little bit in his own zone, not try and do too much. I feel like he was trying to do too much. You got the contract, man. It is what it is. Get it out of your head. Don't worry about it. Just go play hockey. It's got to be fine. Rick, who has the most pressure to rebound?
Well, it's funny you guys said that because I thought I was like, hey, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 names off the top of my head. Darnell wasn't one of them.
Mine neither.
So I was surprised you guys. The detractors. I don't know why they go that road.
He's not horrible. But
I think he's a really good defenseman, man. He's in the top 5 of quality of competition, right? Like the type of players he plays against all the time. He's playing the best of the best of the best of the best all the time. And very few defensemen can claim that. However, outside of that, I'm going to go with Evander Kane.
That's fine.
I think he's got big expectations, especially playing, in the top 6 with those 2 forwards or so two centermen. Obviously he was down last year. Maybe he has some lingering effects from it. Who knows? But he's not going to give him any room for excuse. So he's got to come out and put up that. We're hoping for a career goal amount this year.
Liam, who you got? Who needs to rebound?
I'll go for a different kind of approach, but Connor Brown.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, he played 4 games last season. Like, it's his first chance to play with McDavid again, obviously. So I think we're all expecting a lot from him, being the only signing the Oilers truly made this summer. So I'll say Connor Brown.
Drake Kajula is really
Ben
upset.
Gleason.
Ben Gleason too. Sorry, everybody.
Lane Peterson says this is bullshit.
It's Tyler's second favorite team, the Blue Jackets too. Show some respect.
Dan, who's got the most pressure rebound?
What's the low hanging fruit, do you think? Is it in the net?
There's 2.
It's Jack Campbell.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, if
I was going between Rick's answer of Kane and Jack Campbell myself.
See, the third name I thought there was going to be Cody Ceci.
Oh, that's a good point too. But yeah, for me, it's Jack Campbell. Guy had all the issues last year that he allegedly had in Toronto the year before that. So, 2 years running of having some mental issues that affected his goaltending, completely got him removed out of the net. Didn't even get a sniff in the playoffs to start. So yeah, it's Jack Campbell for me.
Jumping right. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think out of all the players, Jack Campbell that we spoke about, Jack Campbell's like the only one that truly is kind of on that level. Like Darnell Nurse bounced back in his play, but like production wise, he was like top 4 in the league in 5-on-5 defenseman, right?
Same thing with Kane.
Kane was just hurt. Brown was hurt.
We just pick apart Nurse's game so it's such a fine tooth comb. It's almost silly.
And a lot of it is confirmation bias too, right? They sit there and people watch the game and go, God, I think Darnell Nurse sucks. Then he makes one mistake and they go, there you go, Darnell Nurse sucks. And it's like,
I remember
the good things he does.
Yeah. That's what I remember. There was like a giveaway at the blue line that he gave up and everyone shit on him. But instantly he turned around and hustled back, beat the puck back and killed the play. And people still got on him, but didn't give him the credit of, coming around and fixing his mistake.
11th in 5v5 points and one of 16 defensemen to hit double digits in goals at even strength.
Darnell Nurse is going to be a very good defenseman for the Oilers this year. There's a not so bold take for you.
Yeah.
Coming in the middle, Liam, you are up next on the list. This is kind of a TikTok question I've noticed now that I'm reading it. What is the coolest thing that you own? Doesn't have to be expensive, just something you think is cool.
The coolest thing that I own. I have a signed Steven Gerrard England jersey.
That's cool.
Which is pretty sweet.
I like that. Rick, what do you got? What's the coolest thing you own? Doesn't have to be expensive.
It's going along the same lines of the sports thing. I've got a stick signed by the last team to win the Stanley Cup.
That is cool.
The last Oiler team, anyways.
The Golden Knights?
Yeah.
Just throw that right in the trash.
I would have broke it.
Shredder.
Dan, what's the coolest thing you
I
own?
burned it so I could watch it slowly.
I'm trying to think. Like I have so many random things that I own. I own the autograph of one children's entertainer, Fred Penner. I just met him randomly working at a.
What'd you get him to sign?
At CBC Radio? He actually signed his own name tag that he had ripped into little pieces, and then he pieced it together and then signed that for me.
Was Wordbird there?
He wasn't, but he signs it with a musical note. Still
that.
in his older age. So there you go. Random.
I don't expect Liam to know, but do you have any idea who Fred Penner is?
No. Like I know he was a children's entertainer or whatever, but that's all I know.
After all the ageism that went on earlier in this podcast, the culture shock.
Tyler, what's the coolest thing you own?
It's top of mind because I bought it recently, and it's like a dumb nerdy thing for me to have bought. But when I was at one of the last Jays games I was at, they had game used manager cards, and they had one from a game I was at earlier in the summer in Seattle. So it's like the thing that hangs up in the dugout, and John Schneider writes his substitutions on it, writes who's available out of the bullpen, and then they sold it. So it's like game used from a game I was at, the manager card of like who pinch hit for who and all that.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's pretty sweet.
That is cool.
It was like $150 and all it is a piece of paper, but I was like, whatever. I was drunk.
Yeah, listen, that's the meaning of behind it, right?
100%.
For me, the answer would be if you're a guitar guy, you know, but it's probably my Les Paul's signature edition guitar. I bought that for myself as a treat for my 30th birthday.
Who's the guitar player for Blink-182?
Tom DeLonge.
Tom DeLonge.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle, when I was back in England, showed me a signed guitar by him.
Did you not steal that from me?
No, I did not. Sorry.
Okay. Something to consider next time you go back. Last question. Ask the idiots for our friends at Century Mile. Rick, I'm going to start with you. Coming to my first Nation event next week, and I'm just wondering from everyone on the pod, what should I expect from going to an Oilers Nation party?
Hangover.
Oh, without question. And on a Wednesday too?
Yeah.
Whew, mama.
Doesn't matter what day. It's opening to the season.
Lots of yelling.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling, a lot of pointing at TVs.
This could have been word association.
A lot of shaking
Hangover.
fists.
Yelling.
Chance.
No shaking fists. We're going to be excited.
There'll be ref shaking.
There'll be
fists for
fist
sure.
pumps.
Fist pumps, a lot of high fives.
Get those Let's Go Oilers chants going.
Dan, what to expect from an Oilers Nation party?
It's just a great time. Lots of hydration, plenty of friends you've just never met before. Hang out with other tables around you. Become friends with everyone.
I'm impressed you were able to keep your PTSD, and I figured something like, I don't know, something to go wrong.
The TV's not to be subscribed to ESPN 5 minutes before our party.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Nation Vacation Vegas last week. Liam, what should Nathan expect from an Oilers Nation party?
Well, Nathan, I think you should expect a very good time. I'm thinking back. What?
Sold.
Well, there you go. That's final answer.
Yeah, good time. For my answer, I would say kind of to piggyback off Dan's, we're going to have name tags at this event. So like you can put your Twitter handle, your Instagram handle, however people might know you on the internet. And for me, one of the most fun things about a Nation party is seeing people meet and connect for the first time.
Yeah, that is cool.
Because even like going back to the golf tournament, you'll have people go into like the Mosaic team.
Yeah.
And then next year, those 4 guys just join as a team, but they met through one of our events.
Or Tristan, a friend of the nation, came with us to Vegas on his own, came out of there with like 28 new friends, and now he shows up to every event.
We got Kennedy walking in here for Kennedy's quote game. I'm going to ask you, since we're sharing a mic, this question came in from Nathan. What should one person expect from their first Oilers Nation party?
The best time of your entire life. You will not be disappointed. Just show up, come have a good time. Honestly, every single party we throw is incredible. The vibes are immaculate. Oilers are going to give us a dub. So come party. Can't wait.
Isn't that just what I said, but in fewer words, Tyler? And you laughed
much.
right in my face.
You're very concise.
I laughed at your delivery, not your content.
You're very concise. Eloquent in its brevity was your answer. For our friends at Alberta Blue Cross, there's only one thing better than sharing memories, and that's making new ones. Alberta Blue Cross could be the official provider for Oilers Nation on our Nation vacations. When we go down to Seattle just over a month from now, they're going to be helping us make sure that that goes smoothly, just like they will on our Nation vacation in February, which we're going to Arizona. Very, very much excited about that one. Alberta Blue Cross memorable moments. We're going to make some new ones at the party next week. We're going to make some new ones right now with Kennedy via some old moments with the quote game.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Cool game.
Where's the theme song, Liam?
Da-da-da-da-da.
That's
week they get better.
a Friday enthusiasm right there.
My cough isn't wearing off,
I'm concentrating.
which is a little teaser for my cold performer of the week, by the way.
Oh no.
Stay tuned for that.
It's
Stay,
always
stay
gone
tuned till the end of the episode.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're rocking and rolling here. I think we're set up.
We're good.
Sweet. Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, I can
Same
put
rules as forever. 6 quotes, 2 of the same person. Get your notepads out, play along. Okay, quote number 1. So when they see something positive, it's like, yeah, you know.
Come on.
What?
Yeah, you know. Okay.
Okay.
I don't believe anybody on this podcast said that.
Was that was?
It was a was.
All was.
It was was. No, it wasn't. Okay, number 2. I was a hungry boy. I'm growing.
Oh.
I can hear
I have that one dialed in 1,000.
I think I do too.
I'm unsure.
I feel like I could hear that one.
I heard it from 2 people.
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Didn't hear anybody say the first one though.
Number 3. I mean, the water wouldn't smell if it wasn't for the fish.
So getting harder.
I mean, the water wouldn't smell if it wasn't.
If not for the fish.
Obviously.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Thinking about it. Thinking about it.
Number 4. Yeah, he's an asshole with his stick.
Oh my Lord. This week is not good.
Is this our podcast? Or is this from a different podcast?
Yeah, this is from a different show that we do not do.
Oh no.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys all said these things. So
Is that one?
That's the quote.
Kennedy.
That's a Kennedy quote right there. Number 5. I am way too cheap to chuck a full beer on the ice.
Okay. Fine.
And number 6. I shit my pants like 3 weeks ago, legit.
I don't know anymore.
Which one of you are pants shitters?
How does nobody know that one?
I shit my pants like
3 weeks ago, legit. Alberta Blue Cross, we're making some memories here.
Oh no.
Alberta Blue Cross getting cross with this segment.
Alberta Blue Cross. They're like, you know what? We'd like to be a segment sponsor of Oilersnation Radio. Got one for you.
oh my God. I don't think I'm going to get one of these right now.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
crossed
even.
up.
Okay, can you read the first one?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Number 1 is so when they see something positive, it's like, you know.
It got worse. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
All right.
It's only one person I can guess.
We're ready for the clip, Kennedy. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna read it out. Okay, so number 1 is so when they see something positive, it's like, you know. Here we go. What did everybody say first?
I said,
Yeah.
I said Rick.
I said Dan.
I said Rick.
I said me.
I said Dan.
You should build a statue. I don't necessarily believe that. I was just trying to kind of... No, I understand. But you're not wrong. There's a lot of people out, go on Twitter, you'll see it. There's a lot of people just don't like him for whatever reason. So when they see something positive, it's like, you know, it's like the...
Yes.
Damn.
It's the same.
Holy shit. I
Yeah,
got
Well
it.
played.
Was the first
The
one
backdoor cover.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be Rick.
I almost had my arm in the air as like I
I was
nailed
ready to
it.
celebrate my Rick pick on that one.
Premature, fellas. Premature.
That's why the clips work.
Not me.
Alrighty, number 2 was I was a hungry boy. I'm growing. Who do you...
1,000% Tyler.
It's me.
I have BM though. I think he's talking
I thought
about
it was
him.
me. I say I'm growing.
I guess BM.
All right.
But I also
No,
I
Hungry
thought it was
Boy.
me or Tyler.
Let's listen.
You were eating it like you were in prison.
I was a hungry boy. I'm growing.
Hate to see it.
I'm 2 for 2.
I know my guy when he's hungry.
I do be eating.
You do be growing.
Okay, number 3. I mean, the water wouldn't smell if it wasn't for the fish.
I'm gonna say that's Liam because you have a fish tank.
I guess Liam.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, I think that one was me as well.
Same guess, same reasoning.
I had BM, but
So we
I
have
think
shenanigans happening over there on the couch.
Your answer
Changing the answer.
BM and I answer.
well, I was kind of
You see
torn.
his fingers moving too. He's typing too.
I'm going
You can
to
hear the clicking.
BM, I
Nice
guess.
This is serious, Liam.
I can tell.
Alrighty.
Still not convinced.
Oh yeah, she got beef against the fish.
They sometimes don't smell very good.
Is it
That's it.
them or the water that you're
Fish.
refusing to change for them?
Well, I mean, the water wouldn't smell if it wasn't for the fish. So therefore, it's the fish.
Could have been anyone.
It was an AI voice of Liam. Okay.
Second one on the show today.
Number 5, I'm way too cheap to chuck a full. Or no, sorry. Number 4, I skipped ahead. Yeah, he's an asshole with a stick.
I thought that was Dan, but now I said first answer was Rick, but it was actually Dan. So my answer is Dan, but now I think it's Rick.
Okay, your answer's Dan.
My answer's Rick.
I guess Tyler.
I have me.
I have BM.
The thing with Leon is that he's doing it with a little bit of sass and a little bit of flair too. You see those little clips of him going to the King's bench and just kind of and just giving it, just stirring it up. And I love that. I love when you can be a pest without having to shove one single solitary other body around. But then again, he is doing that as well. So it's
He's an asshole with a stick. I love it.
It's amazing to
Rick.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, I got that one.
Yep. So Rick coming in again. You're teasing us with the long preamble from Dan on that one.
That's
good.
Add some suspense to it. Okay. Number 5, I'm way too cheap to chuck a full beer on the ice.
1,000% me.
I guess bagged milk.
I said Tyler.
I assumed you were talking about LA.
I said Liam.
I had Dan.
I don't say close enough to throw it.
2,000% me.
I am cheap.
Full
I am cheap.
beers.
That's a lot of money hitting the ice. That's the first thing I thought.
And it's also idiotic because like full beers.
Yeah, it's full of beer. I know. Don't get me wrong. I've been to a lot of games. I've definitely felt the urge to do this. Oh boy, do I ever want! But no, you can't do that.
I'm way too cheap to chuck a full beer on the ice. First of all, I spent.
How much did he spend?
Too much was the
$20.
$16 for one of those things.
I think it was $20 USD.
Yowza.
Yeah, I know. For anyone complaining about our prices, man, do not go down to the US.
Yeah.
Vegas doesn't even take card.
That's on that thing.
No, it is not.
I'm cash.
Alrighty. Last one. Number 6, I shook my pants like 3 weeks ago. Legit.
I just hope it's not me.
It's got to be me.
I think it's BM.
I assumed it was me.
I think I know I've talked about shitting my pants on this podcast before, so I'm just
It has to be
assuming it's
Solid
me.
bet.
See, I'm going. It has to be a BM because I can't see anyone else saying it.
Like I'm just being honest and straightforward and
Honesty's
truthful.
good.
If I had a poopies, I'd tell you.
I didn't want to go with you twice back to back though, so I said myself.
Well, I said Tyler, so also
not a bad guess.
Okay. Let's
You should have given us the date of the show, because then it would have been easy to narrow in on.
Okay.
But the last time I shit my pants.
The Oilers are.
Here we go.
Speaking of shitting their pants, the Oilers are 9-8 on the year.
I shit my pants like 3 weeks ago. Legit.
Don't say shit like that. We have a lot.
No.
All right, boys, what we do?
3 for 6, my best week ever. Let's go.
3.
2.
2 for 6.
4 for 6. Bag milk's the
Well
winner.
done. Well done.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I had 2 layups for my own quotes because I was just like, 1, I am cheap. I would never throw a beer. And 2, I'm the only one that would admit to shitting myself. Apparently. We do be pooping.
All right, well done, boys.
Thanks, Kennedy.
Bye, Kennedy.
There's Kennedy.
Play
Kennedy
the
Quotes
outro.
game presented by our friends at Alberta Blue Cross. We're making some memories. I encourage you to do so too. Come on with us to the nation vacation to Arizona. We're going to be launching that ASAP. Rocky.
Whoop, whoop.
Very, very excited about that one. Very excited about that one.
You guys will be able to scout out new locations for the arena while you're there.
In Houston?
Yeah, we're not going to be in Houston.
Arizona. Tell them where
I'm going
they
to have to
think.
pull out a map of Houston while I'm down there.
While you guys are
Show
driving
them.
around, you should just take photos of random locations,
Random
like lots,
fields?
and send it to the Coyotes. Be like, I don't know,
Just-
arena.
That could be a fun bit while we're down there, just tweeting all the lots at the Coyotes, like put an arena here. Why not put an arena there?
Options.
Or like a small building that you'd think could fit 4,500 people in it, like the rink from what just happened there.
Camera went
Camera
off.
went out.
Oh my God.
Now you're all off
Quick
camera
up.
like me.
That's what Dan's been doing. He's been trying to Google how do I hack
We're
this
still recording. The
camera.
thing's still moving, I think.
Oilers Nation. There we go. I got an ad up there just in time.
Good for you.
Definitely didn't panic.
Before we get to hot and cold performers, I'm late already. Before hot and cold performers, real quick question. Connor McDavid needs 150 points to hit the 1,000-point mark in his career.
January 2024.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, he'll hit it this year.
Hot as a pistol coming out of it.
March.
Yeah, he'll get it.
You think he hits it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Game like 71.
Yeah. Sometime in March.
What does he need? 124?
150. 150 even.
Oh, okay.
He's got 850 career points right now.
Yeah, he'll hit it.
I think he's going to hit it too.
Unless something goes wrong.
Hopefully nothing does.
You leave the room right now.
You should leave the room right now.
I'm good.
I'll
Well, I
shit
got
my
one more
pants
segment.
again right now.
Oh my God. That would make me leave.
For our friends at Wilhock, we'll see what
He
happens.
had a hard out.
Do have a hard out. Watch me sprint out of here.
It's a quick waddle.
Well, now it's a soft out.
Yeah. I need some Cornerstone insurance in my pants. For our friends at Wilhock Beef Jerky, 3 locations in and around the city.
So somebody was asking what to expect from the party. That
Wilhock Beef Jerky, 3 locations in and around the city: Spruce Grove, Leduc, and West Edmonton Mall, right near the Ice Palace. Go get yourself some pickled eggs. Make yourself a vest out of beef jerky, and you'll have the most stylish and snackable clothing wear for Q4 2023. Start a new season in style with Wilhock Beef Jerky, or it's just the weekend. You're hungry, go get something to eat. Got it? Good. It's the best beef jerky you'll ever put in your mouth. I promise you that. Hot and cold performers. We're going to start off with our veggies as we always do. Mr. Tyler Yaremchuk, you were sitting to my right in the new studio. We're going to start with you. Your Wilhock Beef Jerky cold performer of the week.
The Blue Jays bats. I mean, you can.
What would happen?
You can bitch about managerial, upper management decisions, release pitchers or whatever.
Runners on second base.
You can't win a game 0-0. You got to score runs. Blue Jays bats, I hate you.
They are just fucking ass right now.
They were.
That one caught Leo off guard.
It's so unexpected. I don't
We got
know.
old buttons on this roadcaster in here, and I like it.
Can't believe you got AI Dan to say that.
Yeah, it was really, man, the voice filter is getting really good now. Rick, you're up next. Your Wilhock Beef Jerky, cold performer of the week.
I was in the grocery store the other day, just walking down an aisle, and right there were advent calendars.
Wow.
There's Christmas decorations out already. It was like October 3rd. It's way too early.
I'm upset.
Liam, you're up next. Your Wilhock Beef Jerky, cold performer of the week.
Capilano McDonald's, horrendous. Every time I go, I have to wait for my coffee to be made. Like literally, like park me up to get my coffee.
Wait a minute, you drive through and they had you pull ahead just for a coffee?
For a coffee.
Are they using those pods per coffee?
No,
I don't
they have to
know.
wait for the coffee to drip, you guys.
They're growing the beans while they're waiting.
Today I went and I got a French vanilla. I shouldn't say I got a coffee. And they gave me a double, and I didn't find out till I got to the office. So them.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Nation Dan, you're up next. Your Wilhock Beef Jerky, cold performer of the week.
Well, here I thought, as not a non-coffee drinker, that double doubles were only served at Tim Hortons. So I thought it was really weird that you got a Tim Hortons coffee after
You're
that.
telling
long
me.
wait. But my cold performer of the week is going to go out to the thief that stole from George the Rock. This morning, if you've missed it, he has it on his social media. His card store in Laval got broken into. So to the thief that stole from George's, you get my cold performer of the week. However, if there's a video of you meeting George's after this, that would be my hot performer. So,
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
My cold performer of the week is actually me. I have very few life skills for an adult my age. My dryer broke down and it's broken, and I tried to fix it by going to YouTube, and I just probably made things worse.
You need those glasses.
Yeah.
Right?
I need something.
Yeah, those
More
glasses.
than
You tell them
what
what's
I'm-
wrong, and the glasses tell you how to fix it.
really?
I need something that I'm more equipped with than the shitty life skills that I currently possess. So
Have you thought about asking?
Do you know how to
ChatGPT?
buy a new one?
That's where I'm late for the delivery of my new dryer.
Whatever. Just tell them leave it on this front step. It'll be fine.
No, man. I need somebody to haul it down there, and you need to plug that in. I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody come save me.
That's just a plug-in.
Well, I hope so. Anyway, my Will Hawk Cold Performer of the Week is me. All right, let's finish off the podcast with some positive news. Dan, you're up first. Your Will Hawk Beef Jerky Hot Performer of the Week.
Well, mine is just going to go out to the producers of Big Brother this season. They've put on one hell of a show, and I think Big Brother's back.
I like this right here.
Diddy likes it too. Liam Horriman, you're up next. Your Will Hawk Beef Jerky Hot Performer of the Week.
I don't really have anything too big for my Hot Performer of the Week this week, so I'm going to give mine to Ben Gleeson for making his name known in this city and having a good preseason.
Woo! Friday, baby. Yeah, let's celebrate Friday. Woo!
You tickled one of the two different buttons there. Well played.
Rick, you're up next. Your Will Hawk Beef Jerky Hot Performer of the Week.
It's the return of Nickelback. They were just here. They're coming back for the outdoor game. I don't know. You might be able to find a couple of tickets somewhere if you look hard.
Or not hard at all. There was plenty.
Pour it on.
Come to Greta. There you go.
Why? We've got 15 pairs of event passes for something.
Oh, yes.
Won't tell you what. Tyler Remchuk, you're up.
New Drake album dropped this morning for all the dogs. Oh, oh.
He's a hot guy.
Woof, woof.
Song with J. Cole's very good.
I still prefer Skinny Drake when he looked like a bobblehead.
Fair.
You know, in the Motto era.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Drake to me. Looking forward to listening to that on the way to pick up my new dryer that I'm late for. Wrap up the podcast. My Hot Performer of the Week is Blink-182's got new songs out. They're great. I love them. I'm dancing. I'm in high school again. I'm having a great time. Blink, you rule.
The big guy is smoking hot.
Honorary Cold Performer of the Week goes to Liam for not stealing the Tom DeLonge signed guitar from his uncle. It's me. Thank you very much. Lastly, I just want to mention really quickly our friends at Cornerstone Insurance. If you go to cornerstoneins.ca/nation, you can get a quote in just a couple of minutes. You can get an exclusive rate on your insurance products just for using the promo code NATION. You need insurance, be it your car, your house, both or otherwise. Our friends at Cornerstone Insurance are the ones to help you. cornerstoneins.ca/nation. Tyler, we're going to wrap up this podcast with some words of hope from Tyler Yaremchuk. Go ahead.
Every day's a new day.